Ben's even more.
Yeah, it was $120 to get 2 drinks ready after.
Jeez, man. Yeah, I don't want to live in San Francisco. Can't afford it. Okay. So, what number was this, Kate?
5.
5. So this is number 5 is another. So try to get used to these questions. Don't let them scare you. I know they're challenging. The ones where it says basically write an equation. Also, let me clarify something. When it says write an equation, write in physics means derive. It means show a logical process that gets us to the formula. If you just write the formula, that's not the same. So just keep that in mind. It's not the same. Okay, so how did we do the problem before when it was numbers? What was the first step we did on a question like this? Or maybe what's a question you might ask about this process? A cannonball is shot out of the cannon, horizontal to the ground, parallel to the ground, from a tower of some height. And I eventually want to know, how far did this thing travel? What's something I might want to know about this system? Something simple.
What's the horizontal velocity?
Okay, it's v for this one. Sure, yeah, that's a good. Yeah, it's good. Yep. What's the horizontal velocity of the cannon ball? It's v. Good. What's its initial height? H. Right. So that kind of stuff is definitely relevant. But
So like, because you're gonna have like gravity that's working against it.
well, okay. Firstly, I wouldn't say that gravity is working against it, because what's its horizontal motion going to be like? If all you could see was left and right, how would you describe this thing's motion? Constant velocity, right? Makes sense? So just horizontally speaking, it's just going to move at a constant speed to the right. Now vertically, what's it doing? True. Where does it start with that? It starts with F. It's falling. Yeah, it's falling. Okay, so farting. Yes, that's what I was looking for. It's farting. Okay. It's falling. Okay, so that might raise the question: how long does it take to fall? Right. So let's answer that question. Oh, that sun's nice, isn't it? How long does it take to hit the ground? Okay. How do you answer that question? Huh? You're solving for t. So what equation can I write?
H minus 1/2 g times t. 1/2 times g times t squared.
Yes. Yes, you're correct. But so let's come back to the basics here. So my formulas. So I just have my standard formula sheet. If I Google physics kinematics formulas, these are like the two that come up pretty much, the two main ones. Okay, so I just use this equation, the first one. All right. So what's my initial position in this system? H. What's my initial velocity? No. If I'm talking about vertical motion only, it's 0. So I'm just looking at the vertical motion, then the initial velocity is 0. Okay? And then what's the A value? Negative 9.8. We're going to use G. I'm going to say minus 1/2 GT squared. And what do I set this equal to? I want to talk about hitting the ground here. 0. Okay, let's solve that. This term's nothing. Okay, you can see what I'm doing here? So I have 1/2 GT squared equals H. Now this stuff, once you have this written, you can, hopefully we got this more or less in our head, right? The 2 is going to go to the H, right? It's a 2-stepper. If you can't do it in your head, it's fine. Just do it step by step. But I'm saying if you can do this in your head, just do it in your head. The 2 is going to go with the h. The g is going to go where?
Under the two.
Under. So there's 3 things happening. The 2 is going to go up top. The g is going to go on bottom, and then you're going to square root. Everyone understand that? Here, let me show you the 8th. So the 2 goes on top. The g goes underneath, and then you square root. So the t value. And does that look familiar to anyone? This expression?
Yeah.
Everyone okay with how I got from here to here? I can show the steps if anyone's confused. The sun is it's a laser. Okay, so what do I do now? I say, how do I find the distance then? I would take the velocity, my horizontal velocity, and multiply it by the time that it took, right? So I'd say velocity times time. There we go. How do you feel about that?
So in this context, you're using g as a positive value.
If you were calling g negative 9.8, you would see a negative sign inside the square root, which is not wrong or anything. It just looks a little funky. We typically treat g like it's a positive number. All right. So there's not much left for me to cover here. It's just the process is the same on all these questions, guys. This is your equation that governs motion with acceleration, position if there's acceleration. This is your equation for velocities if there's acceleration. Now, if acceleration is 0, like in the case of horizontal motion for a projectile, you can just set acceleration to 0, and you get that, right? You get that formula. So all you got to do for all these questions up through, is it 11? Yeah, up through 11 is apply that same process. So I guess I'm done with like covering new stuff for now. Tomorrow I'm going to start going over the trig stuff. So just finish 1 through 11, and then that's all you got to do for now.